go find my screwdriver that I used to pull the cap off of this. I only keep this cap on here for precaution, just in case it leaks or something like that. So you take that off to the cap to the drain for the backwash, and take the lid off of this. Normally you will already have this emptied, but I just did it yesterday, so you're going to have, there's water in it. Normally what I would do is I would use this sump pump 3/4 of the water back into my filter, the biofilter, and I will show you this probably in a future video, so that way you know how I go about doing it. And it saves 3/4 of the amount of water, and it goes right back into the pond. But down in the bottom, after it sits for a week, it will have the sludge will all drift down to the bottom, and that way you recycle some of this water that you're using for the backwash. So the first thing that we're going to do, we got the pump pressure off, and you see that this handle right here is in the filter position. We're going to change it and put it in the rinse position. The rinse is right here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the cord for the air blower, and the air blower, if you remember, is what we use to fluff up the bed, the filter bed. So we're going to take that over here, and we're going to plug it into this outlet right here, which is GFI protected. And so you push that on there like that. And if this GFI goes out, I'm going to show you where the GFI is for it. It is right here. This is the GFI, and it controls the outside outlets to the outdoor barbecue area, and also all the ones inside the pump house, plus the one on the outside pump house. There you go, that. So then we're going to come back over here, and we're going to turn on the air. You probably hear that. Anyways, and then we're going to turn this valve on. This valve is going to push it into the V-filter. So there you have it. You're going to have some water shooting down there. Actually, it would go into here, but since I've already got this full, it's going in there. So let that run for about a minute or so, and then you would turn it off. Turn off the air, and then what we're going to do is we would turn this to the backwash position. So we're going to turn this to the backwash position, and your pump is still doesn't have any pressure on it. I mean, the pump head does not have any pressure on it. Now we're going to go turn the pump head back on. Now you're going to get water coming out of here from the backwash process. So here we go. We're going to turn that on real quick. Water is flowing back through the strainer. So now it is going through the filter, and it's getting backwashed. So you have water coming out of the backwash drain, and this it would be, if it wasn't, I didn't do it yesterday, it would be really dirty. So that's what we do with this. So I'm going to turn this off so I don't waste a whole bunch of water. Turn it back to the off position. Water's not flowing anymore. So now let's go turn that back to what I would normally do, is turn it to rinse and let it run for maybe 30 seconds until the water clears out. But this water is already clear, so I don't have to worry about that. I would turn it, go back in here, turn it on, turn this on, like that, and we'll go into the rinse. Water should be shooting out of there pretty soon. After it fills back up, what happens is when you're backwashing, it pumps some of the water, and then you'll see it colored, and then it clears, and after it clears a little bit, then you're gonna go back in here, turn this valve back off, no water running in the strainer, come back in here, and now you're gonna turn it back on filter, and you're done with the backwash process. So we're gonna go put that back, turn it back on to normal position, and there you go. And if you notice, you come back out here, this will be on 0, or pretty close to 0. Usually you want to backwash this when it gets up to about 10 to 15 PSI. You can wait a little longer if you want, if you're on vacation or something like that, it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's normally when I do it, it's between around 10 to 15 PSI. You don't want to let it go too much further than that. Okay, and then what I do is I will put the lid back on to the barrel, because we're going to let this sit for about a week or the next time that we do a backwash. And then we'll take this water, put it in the through the biofilter from this hose right here and the sump pump, and that gives you the room for your next backwash. But you want to put this lid back on here because you don't want mosquito larvae to get into your water here. You want to keep it from breeding mosquitoes. So that's what we have. We have it. Now I will roll up the cord, and that'll be it. On to the next section.